Hello everybody and welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We are here for Tier 4, not Tier 4, I've already messed up, we're like 2 seconds in. But we are here for Tier 2 at Coda, for the 6th round of the season. I'm joined by the first time commentator today, Alpe. How are you doing today?
Good year. First time doing this. Excited.
Yep, and hopefully with the full grid today, they'll bring a good one today. I'll send stream link in chat. And yeah, Archie Cyberbot currently holds the top spot in Williams right now, with Super Wyman currently reserving for Tier 2 in 2nd place, currently leading the Tier 3 point standings, favorite for the championship as Riles moves up to P7.
Very interesting qualifying so far, especially with a Tier 3 racer who was in Tier 4, currently occupying second.
Yep, and as C. Mahoney retires, or actually that's a Mercedes that retired. Not sure why. Alabama
Possibly an invalid lap. We've also got a disqualification from that F1 boy, which seems he was blocking the pits from possibly a spin.
Yeah, we've seen multiple issues with disqualifications after spinning in front of the pit lane. We saw the one at Zandvoort with Sick Fountain being disqualified during qualifying as well. But last weekend's winner, GSR Hamilton, took full advantage of wrecks in front of him. It's 8 F1 Master and Edgar's currently on his outlap and about to start one. Maybe it'll be a pole lap for him. Will he be able to continue the momentum for Red Bull? Get his 5th Tier 2 win today. Who knows?
We will see. Currently 30 seconds left in qualifying. Sick Fountain and Whammon on an outlap, see if they can possibly get pole.
And it's Mercedes finishing up a lap right now. Actually, that might just be Wyman putting his outlap.
Yeah.
And that's GSR Hamilton with a purple Sector 1. We could very well see a pole position by the Red Bull driver. Yellow Sector 3, that is a Haas. I think spun around or retired, and it's Davis. In Sector 1, we'll check Super Wellman. He is going to go 500ths down, actually. He has not improved on his lap one bit. Well, Sick Fountain is 2/10 up. That'll still have him in P9. GSR Hamilton, that was Sector 2. I'm not sure if that was purple or not. I did not catch it.
1.4 second up on his 132 lap, so as it stands he'd probably get a 131.0. Could improve in the last sector too.
And coming out the penultimate corner into the final corner, where will we see last weekend's winner go up onto the board? And he'll cross the line to go second place, 2/10
wow.
back.
He really did improve that lap by a lot.
Yeah, he gained a lot of time in the last sector. Sick Fountain in the AlphaTauri. He'll improve his lap, but it's not enough to move him up the grid.
Yeah.
And as everyone already completed their laps, now just wait for Archie Cyberbot to retire, and then
we'll get onto the race.
Yep.
Hopefully for it to be a good race.
Yep, already got 10 people watching. Thank you all for tuning in today. Y'all got to see a brilliant F1 race in the form of Pierre Gasly taking the victory with Carlos Sainz and Lance Stroll rounding at that podium. That was an amazing race on strategy and racing. But anyways, Archie Cyberbot, GSR Hamilton, and BG will be your top 3 for qualifying. Super Wyman and Davis 2K7 will run at the top 5. Alabama Outlaw, GSR Callum, MK Boy, GSR Riles, and Sick Fountain will round out your top 10. And currently the only person that set a lap on the tire that isn't the mediums or softs is nobody.
Interesting that Edgar's didn't even set a lap. Must be probably invalidated over his lap attempt or didn't have time. Also a few poor laps from people such as Hissy and CMA Honey, who probably could get better than that actual laps here.
Yeah, as the timer goes down, Edgar's is actually very close to contending for the win at Zandvoort. He was in the top 3 the entire race. To go from qualifying front row to P19 is definitely a bit of a down step, I'd say.
possible 19 to first. See if that happens. Very unlikely, but you never know.
We have seen those charges like that before. In Season 2, GSRX in Tier 1, he charged all the way from P20 to P1, and
Wow.
he gained 9 positions on lap 1 alone. So
Wow.
charges from the back are very likely to happen, so we'll see.
As long as he gets his strategy right and gets lucky with a safety car, probably starting back in 19th, his best bet is to go for a two-stop and wish for a safety car. Possibly start on the mediums and going to softs and the mediums, or just going softs, mediums, like most of the top 10 will probably be going for.
And this seems to be Tier 2's first ever dry race at the Circuit of the Americas. If I go back to the server and see what the podium for that race in Season 2 was, that race was Team LM getting his, at the time, third win in a row, with Alabama Outlaw in second and Silly Raves in third, with Scalic at the fastest lap in P4. So, and affected by rain up until the final 2 laps when it became dry enough for the slicks. Looks to be a dry one, though. We'll see if anyone will like to start on the medium or hard compound tires.
Yeah.
And
You
2
tell
people have elected to
Elephant.
start. Yep. 2 people have elected to start in the medium tires, and those 2 being GSR Thrasher and Striker. Striker was actually a Tier 1 driver last season, did get demoted, but put in some consistent points finishes. He'll probably be looking to do that today. Same with Thrasher. But I'll go over my 2 favorites this week for Coda. My first one's GSR Hamilton, last weekend's winner. Some big confidence and momentum coming off Zandvoort. I could see him maybe taking one from Archie Cyberbot on pole. And my second pick, I say Super Wyman, because he's been absolutely sweating time trial, to be 100% honest here. And he's looking awfully quick. So I could see him maybe taking the victory. Now, who are your 2 favorites?
Whammon, because he's just rapid. Another few weeks he'll be a tier 1 racer, and especially the fact he won it yesterday in his tier 3 race. He will probably win if he doesn't get into any incidents. And my second favourite will be Davies 2K7. I feel like he'll probably pull some out of the bag here, especially the fact he's up there in the championship race and has raced in tier 1 previously.
Yep, and full grid for Tier 2 today. That's going to add a lot of factors into maybe even people wrecking, bring out safety cars. Late safety cars are very likely, especially with how frequent they are in this game. And there's a predicted strategy. You can pit on lap 9 for the hards, or you can pit on lap 8 for the softs, and lap 16 for the mediums. Go for a 2-stop.
It'll be interesting to see the variety of strategies too.
As the field around the final corner get formed up, all these people's nerves are probably starting to build up right now. I'd only imagine. As we went for a Ferrari to get onto the starting grid, that would be Striker. We'll be able to get this race going. We'll see 20 drivers going uphill on the turn 1 here at Circuit of the Americas. Striker's almost in his slot, and there he goes. Focusing back up to the front now. Hopefully there's not too much lag for the lights right here.
Dive bomb predictions.
I think Hamilton might try making a dive if he gets a good start.
Yeah.
As we're waiting an awfully long time on the line right now.
See if somebody's not connected or something. GSR Calm and CMA Honey may struggle because of colder tyres, and everyone else because they got disqualified from the lap, the formation lap.
Yeah. I'll check the chats and see if anything is being said. Will it justify a lobby restart, maybe?
Yeah. I'll just screenshot the 20.
Alright, and C. Mahoney's gap is showing up. I think we are lagging a considerable amount right now.
Let's hope for a not restart because it'll affect the bottom 10, considering they will be on the fresh tyres compared to top 10.
Yeah. I think they might just be stuck on a blank screen, unable to pause. I think it might be the glitch, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think we might have to go for the restart. It's been quite a long time.
Oh.
Oh?
Uh, Anybody else like out?
I did.
I'll try joining off somebody's name. I'm assuming with the lack of messages in chat, I think nobody else lagged out, so we're not gonna have any coverage of lap 1. And we'll have no one to invite us.
Let's see if... MNK boy lagged out.
Okay.
Well,
This is certainly a predicament. I think most of the lobby are still in, though.
Yeah.
See, the issue is I don't know who to ask to invite back because they're racing.
It might be best with a restart.
Okay, I was denied access to join the lobby for some reason. I'll just try messaging people.
Yeah.
Hopefully getting back in there as quick as possible. So I really apologize for not having any coverage for you guys of the Tier 2 Circuit of the Americas race for the American Grand Prix. Oh, I have been invited. Yes, we have coverage now. We are good.
That is good.
Hopefully I'll be able to join.
Let's hope.
And I have joined. I will invite you as well.
I guess Edgar's is retired, considering he has called USA trash.
Alright, hopefully you got my invite.
Yeah. Let's me in.
Alright.
Hopefully we didn't miss too much, but that's unlikely.
Hopefully there's a safety car. That would be preferred. Hopefully they don't miss too much. Alright, we're at least I'm back in the lobby and watching the race right now as it loads in. I'll get all the settings that I had back up before the lag out. Putting in a black screen, mildly annoying.
I'm currently loading back in.
I do not think it is working. That is unfortunate. Oh wait, finally. Alright, there we go. So safety car is out. There are 2 cars out of the race right now. And those being Archie Cyberbot and Edgar's. Archie was the pole sitter and is now out of the session. It's a very big development we have missed.
Interesting that the last person that set a time, the person with the slowest time and the fastest time are out. Whether they collided or not, we don't know. Oh, Archie
Unsure on how they...
was disqualified, apparently, according to my screen. Davis with the lead.
Yeah, according to him, it told him to overtake the safety car. It disqualified him. That is...
That is unlucky.
Yeah, I don't know if that would justify a restart, though.
Other people's games have also messed up, seems.
I think everybody's back in, though, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
We'll wait a bit and see if it gets any better. I think a restart might be needed.
Yeah. Utah
Utah Elephants retired.
I think we should restart.
I'll get confirmation from Utah Elephant. Sorry for the poor commentary, just kind of focusing a bit on Discord to see if we need anything sorted right now.
Yeah, this race hasn't gone as planned due to a few glitches with the game, which we unfortunately can't control, so we apologise for that.
I'll see if Utah Elephant might be making a new lobby already. Not sure if he is, though. Until we wait for confirmation from Utah Elephant, I think we'll hold off on restarting. He has gone offline.
What if we set up the lobby?
Alright, I think we will restart.
Sorry about that, viewers.
And I'll start the lobby up, hoping, to get everyone back in. I'm not expecting everyone to maybe join back in immediately.
So we might have to wait, say, 10 minutes.
Yeah. I do have the qualifying grid, so we are good on that front. I did not forget the screenshot this time.
Edgar's doesn't want an invite back.
Alright, the weather was dry.
Hopefully we get the 420 back. So
hoping to get the full 20 back. That'd be preferred. People are already starting to peel back in, which is a good sight to see.
Hopefully the whole previous lobby got the invite.
Yeah, people are joining back decently right now. So I hope. Unable to invite to game. That is an issue.
I've already sent an invite to everyone, so hopefully they can just join off that.
Hopefully.
Currently 18 people of the 20, which is good.
Technically 17 because I have not hit spectator yet.
Oh yeah.
Beeb, Cheeb, and Mahoney have not joined back. Alright, and GSR Callum, right behind Vama. Custom grids are very tedious. Not really difficult, I just hate them.
Let's hope we don't have problems for this race.
C Mahoney, we are still waiting on. GSR Thrasher. Striker, I do not. He has joined back. Never mind. Beam has joined. Alright. I think we've gotten anyone who would join back into the lobby.
Yeah, just one person seems to have not joined.
I'm unsure who it is. Oh, it's C. Mahoney. That's who it is. No, is it? Oh, he's
Is it
here.
GSR Joe?
Yes, it would be GSR Joe. He has gone offline. C. Mahoney qualified right ahead of Thrasher. Alright, so at 47, we will restart.
It's 3 minutes for Joe to move back and everyone else to get ready, get their drinks, whatever they need. Hopefully
Yep.
we're on for a good race.
I'll check settings one more time. I'll also make it invite only. Actually, I'll make it friends only just in case something screws up or happens.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is not exactly the start we wanted for this race, but as it stands right now, or this hopefully be the only restart.
The grid will be the qualifying grid, just with everyone moved up position who's not joined. So with Joe, Bruh, Honey, Thrasher, Striker, Lafrat, Cameron, Edgars, Hissy, and that F1 boy will all be moving off a position if Joe doesn't join back.
Alright, we got 30 seconds until we ready up. Sorry for poor commentary by both of us right now. We're just kind of nothing really to talk about.
We need a
And,
few
yeah.
crashes for that to happen.
Yeah. Hopefully, once we actually get racing, there will be stuff to talk about. Because, you know, we watch
Yeah.
a race. That's why we're here. As we get geared up again for another formation lap. For another restart. Hopefully, we don't have as many connection issues as last time.
Let's pray for that.
So we only got 19 cars for the restarted race now, which
It's a shame, but
means,
Joe's decision.
yep, maybe didn't have time, who knows. But hopefully everyone who is outside the top 10 starts on the same tire compounds they were originally on. And those people would be Thrasher and Striker, who started on the mediums.
It'll be a bit more of an interesting strategy choice considering everyone's got fresh tyres instead of, say, 10% used tyres. So maybe they'll come in, say, 3 laps later and maybe risk it on to the end with just mediums.
Yeah, maybe even pull up the one stop on the medium compound going from softs to mediums. That strategy can work, and the last 3 races have proved that with some people.
Yeah, it shocked yesterday at Tier 3. He lost a lot of time at the end, but did really well considering he's usually a Tier 4 racer as we go through the formation lap.
And one person has not started on the correct compound, and that would be C. Mahoney, who started on the hard tires. And there's a strategy you can put on lap 11 from the soft tires, which you can is a very brave thing to do at a track like this, and pit for mediums for one-stop strategy. Yeah, I'm not sure if Mahoney will be able to keep his finishing spot if he finishes on those hard tires, because that is not the tire that he started on, so I mean,
No,
it's up to the steward's decision on what happens.
possibly say a grid penalty or who knows.
Yep, and protocol for GSRs is after one restart there will not be another one, so just no matter how many connection issues there might be in this, there will not be another restart. Which I could be both a good and bad thing for some people.
Unlucky for some, good for others. Obviously the people who had good starts, they moving up a few positions, probably not the happiest with the restart, but it's just gonna happen.
Yep, and as the field form up, at least Archie Cyberbot is, because he's formed a considerable gap to the McLaren behind on the formation lap. We'll hopefully start the American Grand Prix for real this time.
Yes, we're able to spectate the first lap and wonder if we'll have a safety car first lap or not.
Yep, and there's a nice nose shot from that Sofina Williams car going up the hill at Circuit of the Americas. 19 cars will be barreling into that corner in a few moments' time. Will Mahoney keep his finishing position? Probably not.
Will Archie and Hamilton and Bianchi keep their positions, lose some more gains on the first lap, who knows?
Yep.
Whether one will just go for a crazy dive bomb or one will go cautious, lose a few positions.
As Davis is getting formed back up, going to his grid slot, we will be barreling into turn 1 at full speed here in a few moments. He is there. We are at 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. Is lights out and
Away we
lag a bit
go.
here. And someone he has lagged in the back. From what I can see.
I don't know what's happening. It's just stuck on the grid for me.
Oh, they're revving up now. 5
Yeah,
lights and we are
lights
out and
out.
away we go. Our
There you go.
Cyberbot gets up to a really good start. Jumps GSR Hamilton actually.
Hamilton with
Yep,
a dive
he
bomb.
does.
Oh,
He
Well, we
tries
moved
Super
up
Women, bit of
position.
contact. No spinners in the back, thankfully. Sick Fountain has lost a fair amount of positions though.
that F1 boy who does not have a setup has moved up 5 positions. Very good start from him.
As Rao's going to the outside of Raul, hits him. Almost spins him right out.
Oh no.
Now in turn 9, he'll try something for a switchback, it will not work. Feels already starting to settle in. Actually, it's a live GSR Callum going to the inside of M&K boy right before the beginning of the next straight. Will he make it work? They're still side by side. Callum with the straight line speed advantage in ERS, he will get by him with ease.
Good move. Woman, is he going to go for the move? No, he isn't.
Man, actually, it's the back of Superwoman. And Davis being in Callum train positions right now, heading into turn 12 and turn 13. We saw Crispy hang and Evil Matrix collide here in the Tier 4 race on Friday. There's a bit of contact between them once more. Still side by side into the right-hander. And Callum will reign supreme in this battle.
Davis with not an ideal start, losing 2 positions, but I'm sure he will be able to gain a few more positions.
Yep, as Davis actually all over the back of the Alfa Romeo. He wants his P6 back. He wants to make his way back up the field, but with not using his ERS battery, might not be able to get by him. Late on the brakes, trying to get to his outside, but the switchback he might try it.
Oh, has he?
Yellow sector 1.
Has he
Steve
done it?
Mahoney's out of this session. As
Will it be?
championship implications in the McLaren.
Best driver so far is that F1 boy, with obviously moving up 6 positions without a setup, whether he went for a dive bomb, turn 1, most likely considering he gained that many positions without a setup. With
Here
Callum
comes
and
Bro to the outside of MNK Boy. Sorry to cut you off.
oh,
He's going to the outside MNK Boy and maybe even Davis to make the double overtake work. There's a big train back here. They are 3 wide, almost 4 wide actually.
Davis
Heading
struggling.
into turn
Ooh,
11, 3 wide going into the corner.
Bro pushed off track.
Riles backs out of the move. Wise decision by him. Bro already with the time penalty. It's going to be a first of many for these drivers, I guarantee. And still side by side with Davis here.
Woman, Hamilton and Bianchi currently in a little slipstream DRS train. Very hard to overtake when it's like this. Also, Alabama's in that train, but slightly further back.
Here comes Bro to the inside of Davis for P8 right now. And he will make the move work into turn 1, but Davis aggressive on the brakes on the outside. That's going to be the racing point up into P8. And now Bro will try to chase down MNK Boy to get P7 back away from him. That's Callum with 3 seconds.
Yes. It was up the S's. Interesting race so far. The top 4 haven't moved to a position at all, but everyone down to 19th have all moved positions, whether it's 1 position or 6 like F1 boy. Obviously he's moved down 2 positions now, but yeah.
The racing point all over the Mercedes. They'll be side by side. Both will have DRS with the help of GSR Callum up in front. They'll have equal slipstream. MNK Boy might be the one passing someone here. And Davis actually getting passed.
MNK boy.
Bruh.
But here's the inside line. Will he make this move? Will be a very good move if he does.
And he will not make it work into turn 14. That is a very bad corner for some drivers in this race. A lot of complaints about that corner. Come up consistently every single time we race here.
Yeah, probably setup dependent. This track can be varied. It just helps people using a lot more downforce like I did in tier 4 and 3, but other people focusing their downforce on the straight, probably using around 4 downforce, maybe 5.
And with DRS, MNK Boy is actually losing on GSR Callum, but does not have it. But MNK will go late on the brakes, try for the switchback, runs into the back of him. That could have been wing damage, but they are good and clean right now.
Woman's also lost a position.
And that is Riles into the wall. He tried going side by side with somebody.
Safety
I saw
car.
him spin out. Oh,
Safety car.
Archie's
See if-
teammate brings out the safety car.
See if anyone will pit. Archie must be a bit annoyed by that because he's 6 seconds ahead. Now he's going to lose that, possibly lose positions if he pits, depending on what he wants to do with his strategy. Might be a good move to go to the mediums and possibly go for a T-stop with 2 sets of mediums or a medium, soft medium.
Yeah, I saw Riles going side by side with Davis into the first part of the S's, and I saw him spin. I'm not sure if it was just me, and it wasn't me. He crashed right into the barrier and went out of the race from P10, unfortunately for Riles.
Let's see if anyone is going to pit. It's Archie. Archie looks
Archie
to be
will
pitting.
pit.
Will Hamilton follow him?
GSR,
Yes, he
GSR
will.
Hamilton will pit. the entire top 5 follows suit. It'll be a Red Bull double stack.
Will Callum? GSR Callum pit? Looks like he will.
M&K boy and Bruss stay out. And so is Thrasher. And Callum gets a 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. That could be huge for the end of the race.
Wow. Especially considering he's already got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. Exceeding the track limit, which to go 23 laps of only going across the limits 3 times, it'll be very difficult, especially at a track like USA, which the limits are a bit dodgy.
Yeah, while we were talking, Sick Fountain tried getting into the pit lane but overshot the entry. And I'm assuming he probably picked up a warning for the corner cut the game gave him. We'll have to stay out for another excruciating lap on those 4-lap old softs, unfortunately, for the AlphaTauri driver not having the best of starts after disconnecting in the first lap.
As it stands, Thrasher, Striker, Cameron, Bruh have all gained quite a lot of positions from that, but obviously they still need to pit. Whether their strategy will benefit them with another safety car coming out or not in the future, we'll see.
Yep, and M&K boy in control of the field. He's shown some great pace all season, though. He's been pretty inconsistent. At Hungary, he scored 1 point. Or Silverstone, he scored 1 point, and at Hungary, he ended up upside down. And at Baku, he got the podium, and the week after that, he also got podium too, which was last weekend at Zandvoort. So M&K boy has shown he can perform, but it's a matter of consistency for this driver.
Yeah, to
We
win.
will go around for one more lap while we wait for Lefrat.
See who will have the best start after the safety car. I wonder if anyone will be pitting if they have made a mistake and just want to adjust their strategy, but possibly with a few wings being broken as well. The safety car's gone.
Yep, and Archie will have to get through a few drivers that are slower. That's Sick Fountain finally pitting. He will not overshoot the pit entry this time. Luckily for him, I'm assuming he'll probably go onto the hard tire. Not sure what tire he'll go onto though. Tire strategies are differing by a ton right now. He's going to go onto the hard tire. He might be going for a 1-stop.
He'll probably make it if he goes to the 1-stop. With Archie also going on the hards, as well as Hamilton and Alabama, Beeb and Warman went onto the mediums, but he obviously got held in the pits because he's on the same team as Hamilton.
The entire top 5 did go for a 1-stop strategy, with the exception of Superwomen and Metsbro with the 5-second stop go, cutting with Thrashers. Very minor collisions can bring very major penalties, and that's what usually most of these appeals are after races. Stuff like this.
Likely to get removed unless he serves it in the pitch on a future in a future safety car, which means you cannot get it removed because obviously you got it removed in the race.
Yep. I'm assuming we'll be coming in this lap as the field is now all bunched up, and we'll see how much M&K boy stacks the field this time about, because Tier 2 drivers have had a habit of doing that, and sometimes it can get a bit dangerous with how much they just get stacked.
Cost a few wings as well. A few more 5-second
Yep.
penalties to be overturned in the future.
And M&K boy in complete control of this restart right here. What will he do? Will he wait for a very long amount of time to go, or will he just go right when the green flag drops? Strategies can differ between different kinds of drivers.
Archie in a very good position because obviously there's two cars split between him and Hamilton, which Hamilton will have to overtake to get near Archie to have a shot at him, which Archie will probably fly away considering he was 6 seconds ahead of Hamilton prior to the safety car.
And M&K-Boy goes now. Off the final corner, green flag is now back out. M&K-Boy will lead the field back. Bro with a horrible restart. Will anyone take
Ooh.
advantage of it in the back?
What did they dive bomb?
Here comes Edgar's to the bottom of his seat for P13. That's
another.
Bro with 3 seconds.
Looks like Cameron is disconnected, or is he lagging? Thrasher with a
Might
3
just be
second
lagging.
penalty.
That's his second in the race already, I believe. It's only lap 7. And
Wow.
going to the outside in the turn 8. Bit of contact. But that is Archie Cyberbot through, and Thrasher collides with him once more.
Great move.
At least I think he did. Striker and F1 Boy got penalties too. With Striker going to the inside of Thrasher, at least attempting to. Thrasher doesn't really leave room, but no damage for either car. There's a car spinning around in the back. It's Sick Fountain. No, it's actually Edgar's in the Renault.
Wow. He's lost a lot of positions there, but he's still one position up of 60. Started 18th.
Beep Cheap to the inside of the AlphaTauri of Alabama Outlaw. Currently 2 people that are provisionally in the top 5 right now. Beep Cheap provisionally a P3.
Will
GSR
one man
Hamilton
make
getting
the
close to
move? This is very clustered. One man with...
He
Ooh,
will
we
not.
nearly lost the car there.
And Thrasher lost it though before the S's. He just got passed by Striker and is about to get passed by GSR Hamilton.
Wow, he just got...
penultimate corner.
He got wide.
Got hit off by GSR Hamilton. To the inside of Beep Cheap is Cameron. And he'll get the better exit and make the move work, but Alabama Outlaw trying to fight back on Super Wayman for provisionally P4 right now. And Wayman will get ahead of Alabama Outlaw. And a bit of contact.
Between
With
Wayman
Wayman
and Beep
and
Cheap. No damage though, by the looks of it. Wayman gaining a lot of time through the S's there. He'll have to get past Thrasher very quickly. Thrasher with another penalty.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
no.
Thrasher and Beep.
Wow.
Thrasher into the wall. I think Bama got wing damage from that. Yeah, you're in right into the back of B while they were out of control. And Callum's gonna take full advantage of that and actually run into Alabama Outlaw and maybe give himself wing damage too. Thrasher was already visibly struggling on those tires, but it does not help at all. And while that was happening, Archie Cyberbot on new hard tires has just gotten by Bruh. And Striker trying to fight back on GSR Hamilton, take P4 back. Hamilton been aggressive on him into
Archie
turn
got a
13.
3-second penalty. So that might come in effective at the end of the race if Hamilton doesn't get any.
Beeb and Callum going side by side in turn 15. Bit of contact. Will they keep it side by side in the right-hander here? They're gonna try it. They'll hold your breath. They might collide. Still side by side through the penultimate corner. Will they hold it here too? Both of them going wide, leaving the room for each other. Respectful racing between these two. But to switch back, people try it. No DRS yet, but he will put it into overtake. Into turn 1, will Beep Jeep try anything?
Ooh. Alabama also with a 3-second penalty for track limits. The track limits here are a bit insane.
Around the outside, Beep Cheap will try it, and he'll make it work. Nice move by Beep Cheap, putting
very
himself in
good.
front of GSR Callum.
He'll go off to Alabama, who has wing damage, maybe. But who knows? Woman currently in a net third. Archie currently in net first, but you never know considering his 3-second penalty and Hamilton in net second. Edgar's with the 3-second time penalty too. The limits here are just crazy.
Yeah, and Sick Fountain will go to the inside of F1 Boy in turn 10, I believe this is. And he will not make it work on him, unfortunately, for him.
Woman all over the
Screw
back
that.
of Striker.
Yep, Striker's one of the drivers struggling on old tires, I can guarantee. While Wyman's one of them on completely fresh ones pitting under safety car. With DRS, Wyman will have it. I don't think Striker will have it, though. And as he
What?
locks up, it's more time lost for Ferrari.
Woman will most likely pit between lap 10 and 14. Also, GSR Column with another 3-second penalty. That's currently 9 seconds to him. That will, well, as it stands, Callum will probably get 27 seconds worth of penalties if he goes on the way he is.
Yep, and Bruh actually getting a very bad entry. And that is going to allow GSR Hamilton. And that's actually going to spin out.
Wow, it's worthy of no. His tyres will be very hot, so it'll be a bit harder to control. This has destroyed Bruh's race, considering the fact he has to pit as well, like the majority of people.
Striker's going to try to fight back on Wayman, who got P4 away from him, and he will not be close enough to take a fight to him, but Davis will be close enough to take a fight to GSR Callum for P8. And we remain side by side, around the outside. Bit of contact. Callum's been falling down the order as of late. And try not to let it happen anymore. And Callum very late in the brakes, but Davis with the amazing switchback, and he makes it work. Nice move by the Haas.
And there's Cameron up ahead of Davis with his AI, it seems. Whether he's logged out or not, we don't know.
That'll be a relatively easy move for Davis and everyone behind as well.
But F1 boy, considering he's not got a setup on, he's in a very good position. The fact he's pitted and he's 11th, started 19th I believe because he got disqualified. And the fact a few people still have to pit, believing it's that MNK boy, Striker and Lafrette still have to pit. And obviously he'll overtake Cameron because he's AI.
Now, what will the Red Bulls think about the Constructors' Battle here? Because Lamon has closed a considerable amount on GSR Hamilton. Lamon has the softer tire, and it's probably just as fresh as GSR Hamilton's. Will Swayman try putting a battle to him, the Tier 3 Championship leader? Will they put any sort of battle to Red Bull in front? That's the Sector 1. That's a Haas Spun, that's GSR Thrasher, I think.
This is Sector
Swayman will
1.
not put up a fight.
Archer boy looks very comfortable in the lead. He's currently roughly around 7 seconds ahead of Hamilton, but that's not including his 3-second penalty. Warren having a very good race because he's a Tier 3 racer in net P3.
Lafrette and GSR Callum into the right-hander. They are going to go side by side. Lafrette and the Ferrari will clear GSR Callum and the Alfa Romeo, but with a switchback, Callum will try it. And nothing will be made of the move. Lafrette is through into P9. Not for long. Late on the brakes, GSR Callum is. Will he make the move work?
Oh, and he's got it back.
Compromises. Yeah. He made the dive bomb work. Nice move by the Alfa Romeo. A bit antsy with his position. Hissy on the brakes to the outside. Well. Spun out F1 boy. Hissy did.
Oh, Archer with another 3-second penalty. Whilst Hamilton is 0. Hamilton realistically is in a better position here. He just needs to not get any penalties.
Yep, that's Hissy going through F1 boy. Side by side right now. Will there be any contact? There will be. It's very hard to go side by side through there without contact or getting a warning. They're still going to hold it or try to. And Wayman and GSR Hamilton are going to go side by side as well. Wayman's already gotten through Hamilton though. And I'll be Wayman up provisionally. It's Wayman up provisionally into P2. And Wayman lost a rear end. Considerable amount there.
Whether he's
really
going for a 2-star.
One thing I'd like to point out, for league racers that might already know, one of our, not our own league racers, but ABS Tier 2 Championship leader, William Singer, has passed away earlier today, I believe. And it is just not something you want to see. And that is someone GSR Hamilton will be racing for today, and his aggression level will probably be very high right now. He wants to win this race for him.
You can do it, Hamilton.
It would be a very emotional victory, and I'm honestly rooting for him. It would be amazing for him to get that victory. Back to the race. Bianchi getting pretty close to back of striker. It's yellow sector 3.
Callum is retired.
Yes, he is retired in the pits. Will it be a safety car? It will not, since it is not on track. 6 tenths back now. Bianchi is striker.
Callum possibly retired due to the fact he had 12 seconds of penalties, which obviously has not benefited him at all.
As Burrow gets a 3-second. And Beeb going late on the brakes to the inside at the end of the DRS straight. Beeb with an easy move on the Ferrari in front of him. He will go straight ahead. Let's see, getting close to the back of Lafrat. F1 boy with no setup. He's just been falling down the grid, unfortunately, for Pakistanani driver. As this M&K boy on 12 Apple Sauce finally pitting, I assume he'll be going onto the mediums for a one-stop strategy.
He's done well to make them sauce loss of 14 laps.
Yep, he will be going into the mediums. Or will this pit cycle put him out at? He's coming out of the pit lane right now. Close to the exit of the pit lane. He's able to disengage the limiter now as Thrasher gets his 4th penalty, I believe.
Down to P10. But a lot
Maybe
of people
P11 too.
Ooh, will he make this? Yes, he has.
He has a better traction on the already new fresh rubber.
Ooh, that was a possible penalty. Warman has overtaken Hamilton. Warman's had a very good race so far. Fair play to him.
M&K boy getting pretty close to the back of that F1 boy. Gets the better exit too, already better traction. This strategy might be the best one in the race right now, because M&K is going to be flying compared to the cars in front of him. These gaps will be easy to make up. To the inside, Hissy will try, he will think better of that move. All this lets M&K boy. And that's yellow sector 3, Thrasher, I'm assuming retired, yep he did.
Yes.
He accumulated 17 seconds worth of time penalties, might not have been worth it.
And especially being a whole minute behind the person ahead of him.
Yeah.
He's probably on the debut lap.
Will there be any team orders with Mercedes here? Will Hissy let M&K by, who's clearly faster on the fresher rubber? DRS is enabled, and yep, Hissy will be letting his teammate through. It will not compromise any positions. L sector 1, I'm not sure what for. Is that Brum I spun around? Oh, it's a Haas. Davis. No, it's not. Thrasher, I think, retired on track. But that's a car spun around. That is a AlphaTauri of Sick Fountain who has spun out on the exit of turn 1.
Lost a few positions there.
Yep.
Unfortunate for him.
M&K boy already with the better traction. Not only that, he's going to have a bunch of ERS battery to use up on the straightaway and DRS as well. It's going to be easy position for M&K, yeah. Not even in DRS yet, he's already gone by him pretty much. That's going to be M&K up in the P7. Lafrat will try fighting it back, but he will not be close enough to do that. Very light on the brakes though, could have ran into the back of him. Issy had the gap to make the move, thought better of it. GSR Hamilton.
Ooh, Warman with
Actually
a
caught.
3-second penalty. That'll be interesting for him and Hamilton battle. Hamilton now on the front foot because he needs another single penalty.
Women going defensive into turn 1.
He's made the move.
That's GSR.
GSR
Hamilton will move up the P2. No more. I think the gaps are starting to neutralize in the field now as everyone's starting to settle into their rhythms. towards the end's where I think it's going to start getting a bit more insane. Remember, Super Wayman, Striker, and Lafrat left the pit. It's yellow sector 1. Somebody else is retired in the pits. It's F1 boy.
Obviously a bit frustrated from having to set up and getting disqualified in qualifying.
Yeah. With DRS, Super Wayman will try getting his position back on GSR Hamilton. Will he make any move work on him?
Sixth Fountain has gone to the pit, new wing, and onto the mediums. Obviously, something to do with in spinning turn 1.
That's Edgar's 3-second time penalty, and Hissy with DRS gaining on Lafrat in front of him. He will not be close enough to make a move into the next corner though.
Ooh, Hamilton is one warning away from another penalty. Whether he will get it, we don't know. And Archie Boy is 2 warnings away from another penalty, so this will be interesting. But Archie is very, very far ahead, and he's just cruising in lead. Lap by lap. Very well.
And with the overtake button, Super Wayman will try taking P2 back. He will not. He'll think better of the move. Striker is finally going into the pits. I think he'll probably be going onto the hard compound. With DRS, Hissy is going to try to take P8 away for some 2 extra points for Mercedes. Striker going into the sauce, actually.
Interesting. Will they last that long?
I mean,
Maybe.
Striker, not Striker, M&K and a few did a good job on stretching him out. So maybe they can.
Yeah, M&K did them for 14 laps, so you could easily do them. With M&K, there was a safety car with them, I believe.
Hamilton going very defensive on Super Wayman, and Wayman's just flying down the straightaway. And now he's Super Wayman back at the P2.
Will Hamilton get the position back, especially considering the fact there's a DRS straight in roughly about 5 turns?
Hissy's best opportunity to get Lafrat. Hissy's best opportunity to get Lafrat is right now. Heading to the end of the straightaway.
He's Brit later.
Ferrari tried fighting back. Yeah, Hissy's finally through. Probably got starting to get. Oh, that's Hamilton with the 3-second penalty as Wayman finally goes into the pits.
Wayman possibly in the front if he catches him back up, but maybe not. He probably could have lasted a few more laps on the mediums, but this must have been his strategy yesterday in Tier 2.
Archie Cyberbot seems in 100% control of this race, no doubt about it. And fresh mediums and Superman on fresh softs. Better traction will belong to Wayman, and M&K will stay in P6. Lafrat fighting back on Hissy.
This win by Archie, which is very likely, is a Hamilton-esque win or a Vettel at Red Bull-esque win. Very dominant, not letting anyone near him. 11 seconds ahead, especially considering he's the safety car too, which is really good. Fair play to him. Driver of the day so far.
Yep, and also 3, somebody else has crashed. That may have just been the game glitching out again, because Zandvoort had that glitch, just kept spamming yellow flags.
Yeah, nobody's crashed.
And Bama with DRS starting to get involved in the train with Hissy and Lafrat, might get by both of them. He was flying in the early stages of the race until he had to repair some wing damage. And Lafrat actually going to the outside of Hissy. Will he try making a move work?
Will he make this move? No, he didn't carry enough speed. But will he make the move here? Oh, we could have.
About the outside. Oh, that's going to be big, but Bama taking 100% advantage of the outside line and Lafrat's mistake. And Lafrat goes into the pits, and that'll be Bama up in the P8.
Lafrat,
and actually, yeah, it's 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. That's gonna be Bama late on the break city inside of Hissy. Hissy will not fight that one. And that'll be Bama through the P7.
And Woman also gained another penalty. Must have gained 2 in his outlap, if you want to say. Some new tyres. Alabama with another penalty. Woman catching Davis very easy because he's on the softs and Davis on the hards.
Yeah. As we were 10 laps away from the end, could we see Women maybe fight his way back up to the podium spot, take it away from Bianchi? Because Archie Cyberbot, no matter how many penalties he gets, I think he's got this race won. And Archie pits, actually.
Oh,
Why is he
interesting.
pit?
Is he going for fastest lap or is he worried about Woman? Possibly.
I don't see how pitting helps you, though.
Soft.
He's going into this... Yeah. He could make that gap to GSR Hamilton. You know what? This could work if he comes out ahead of Bianchi. And he will do that. Because he'll need to catch GSR Hamilton by 6 seconds.
Woman, ooh. Oh, Woman, what? Ooh. Nearly spun.
Yeah, tried to move on Davis on turn 1. Could not make it work though, as Women's probably is flying on the new soft tires compared to Davis's 14-lap-old hards. Tried the move, not enough room for him though.
He surely make the move on the DRS straight.
Yeah, he will, if not maybe even before.
Yeah, probably.
Better traction up the corner. This is going to be Women's spot easy.
Easy move. Oh,
Bit of contact, actually. Locking up the brakes, that'll be Wayman up to P4. And Archie has closed the gap between him and GSR Hamilton by a good amount. So maybe just soft strategy, maybe it was the way to go for him.
Indeed. As it stands, this will put Bianchi top of the standings.
Beeb just showing consistency for his team. So once Archie does get by GSR Hamilton, Archie will have to form... They are equal on penalties, so once they get by each other, it's done.
There's a possibility of another penalty, so maybe Archie may want to try and increase that gap even more. Especially more likely to get a penalty because he's on the softs driving. Oh, one with another penalty.
Yeah, the S's are getting a lot of people today when it comes to time penalties. Archie already almost within DRS range of GSR Hamilton.
Wow. Will he make the move in this straight?
Don't believe he is close enough, unfortunately, for Archie, but next lap he'll 100% be close enough with the fresher rubber.
Indeed. Woman also getting gradually closer each lap to Bianchi, who I don't think I've seen him get a penalty. I'll have a look. Maybe Bianchi's in the best position with no penalty. Oh, he's got 1 3-second penalty, but and he's on one more. He'll get.
And Archie's only GSR Hamilton within the last time I paused in the last sector. He's closed so much.
He's willing to make the move.
He's going to in turn 100%. He'll get the better exit too, so maybe he'll even try it on the outside here. Very tight squeeze.
Very fast.
Very tight squeeze.
Wow, that was an Albon Spa-esque move when Albon went onto the grass to overtake Norris.
Yep, and Archie has made it work. Up in the P1, even off penalties right now. It's Archie Cyberbot. Though that can change very quickly at Checkpoint Coda with how track limits are. And bro, with a 3-second time penalty. We're on P13, that will not affect him points-wise.
It seems Wamman will probably stick to his fourth position. Do you see what penalties he's got? Whether Davies was taken. Davis currently does not have a penalty. So Davis, very good position for him. If even the front boys get a few more penalties, Davis could be a front runner, even though he's 15 seconds back. So it only takes a few mistakes and then another 3-second penalty.
Yeah, and Lafrat got a 3 second for corner cutting. If he wants to get points, that could be pretty big. Because Lafrat has 2 penalties, whereas Cameron had 2 as well. Had Lafrat not gotten that penalty, they would not have been even, and Lafrat would have the advantage on him penalty-wise.
It's one that's had a very solid race is M&K boy. Started quite far back with the alternative strategy. He's done well up in P6.
Hissy started all the way back in P17. It is up in the P8 right now.
Wow, yeah.
Very good drive by both Mercedes.
Indeed. One with another penalty. Wow. Davies, as it stands, will be ahead of him. Maybe one will just try
Davis
and
actually
finish it. Oh, yeah. And one might try and finish ahead of Beep Cheap on track as for Pride. But yeah, as you said, Davies with a penalty. So Barman I think on 9 seconds, Davies on 6, so Davies needs to just close the gap or one makes a mistake or something and another penalty, which is very likely considering the amount he's had.
Yeah, and with DRS and fresher tires, Superwoman getting pretty close to
You
the
should
back
make
of
this.
Beep Cheap.
Ooh, he wasn't yielding.
Bit of contact. But they'll be fine right now. Heading into turn 15. Will there be any moves made? There will not. This is where actually server bot closed by like a second the last lap, or a few laps to go on GSR Hamilton. And with DRS now going uphill into turn 1, will there be anything made for P3?
He'll
There
make
will
this
be
move.
whamming with, yep, with the pressure
Very
rubber.
good line. Yeah, very good line also.
And they'll be whamming through P3 on track at least, but on penalties might not be. And Lafrat and Cameron actually trading spots. P10, the last points position. With DRS, Lafrat's going to try to fight back, take it back away from Cameron. Up the hill, and they have contact. But in the turn 1, Cameron will be letting the brakes with the switchback.
Lafrat.
And Lafrat spins out into the barrier. That's no front wing.
That was Lafrat's fault.
It was. Unfortunately for Lafrat, battling for points, he will not be getting any today.
His wing is fully gone. Probably get another few penalties because he can't turn fully. And he may struggle to get into the pits as I did in tier 3 or 4.
And Lafrat's teammate Striker might try making a move on Hissy. He'll not be close enough. These two have been at it for almost the entire Grand Prix.
Will Woman catch up to Hamilton? Probably not because his tyres are pretty weared a lot, but also Hamilton's have. Archie's basically run away with this lead.
Yep.
Davies has also gone quite far back compared to where he was to be even Woman.
And now 3/10 back is Striker. Into turn 1. Easy move for Ferrari.
Great move. Locks up slightly. Sector 2, Sector 1, yellow
MNK
flag.
boy's out.
Oh.
P6.
Yes, he must have
That's a
spun at
huge
the S's.
development. BSC.
Oh, Davies very relieved because he was getting caught quite a lot by M&K Boy.
Yeah. Late safety cars and VSCs have been a common theme in the last weeks. Zandvoort with 3 to go in Tier 3. Safety car came out after Hood and Monsters crashed, and that ultimately led to dominant car Hood. Just a human crashing out. Though not to the extent of a full safety car, still could change things with the running order.
Yes. Would it be worth going to the pits? Maybe one man does get some extra soft, but we don't know whether he'll lose out on some bit with the VSC or not, especially with this pit being a very long pit.
It's already back in. VSC is already over, and Archie will probably be going back to the gap he originally had.
Yeah. He wouldn't be able to catch a full at time within 2 to 3 laps. Be good for the drivers who are low on ERS and fuel to recuperate a mini bit of fuel during that time. Seems no one got a drive through either. There was quite a lot of people in Tier 1 that got a drive through yesterday, including the race winner Axe.
Yeah, VSC's really cut out a lot of people. It's very easy to speed under VSCs, especially a track like Coda, where like the delta is very inconsistent through every corner.
Yeah, one corner you could be 1 second up, but then you go through it too fast for their liking, and you're 2 seconds down. Possibly getting a penalty.
Yeah. Very inconsistent. But right now, as the gaps have started spaced out, it's Archie Cyberbot who's in control of this race, and seems to be taking the victory at Coda for Tier 2's first ever race back at this track since January this year.
Time. Woman seems to be struggling a bit more on these tyres, locking up a bit more, so Archie just flying away. He's also pitted Lafraff, first person to get locked.
And I don't know, that person in chat with my mic, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, either or. Thank you. Anyways, Cameron gets a time penalty, but it's not going to affect him too bad as Edgar's just as many behind him. Our Cyberbot still in complete control of this race, only a lap and a half to go. He's still very likely to make a mistake.
This will be interesting to see where everyone finishes, because there'll be a lot of changes due to the amount of penalties. Some people have been quite good to the limit, some people have been very bad. Like so Whammon, who's got 12 seconds, and Davis has got 3 seconds, so Striker with another one.
Archie only needs one more warning to get another time penalty.
That could affect him a lot.
Yeah, but GSR Hamilton also has 9 seconds as well, so I think the finishing order might just remain the same.
Yeah.
But it's Archie Cyberbot who'll be taking the final lap in the American Grand Prix. I think he's on every single lap today. If not all but like 2. He's been completely dominant today.
Very good drive from him. From lap 1, from quali, superb.
Yeah, 1.2 back. Wayman might try making a move at least on track on GSR Hamilton. But it's not going to be worth anything when it comes to the overall results.
Especially the amount of penalties, and with Whammon having way less ERS compared to Hamilton. Unlikely that he'll gain 3 seconds in half a lap or so.
Yeah, but 9/10 back. It will be in DRS range for Superwoman. He only has 8%
Indeed.
battery for his DRS though.
Whether he makes it or not. Rich fuel most likely as well.
He will not have enough for GSR Hamilton, unfortunately.
Unless he goes for the craziest move ever. No, he didn't. He's not an idiot.
As Archie Cyberrock going through the right-hander for the final time. A dominant display today here at COTA. Absolutely brilliant stuff out of Williams' driver. He'll come off the final corner, and he will take his first victory of the season. Amazing stuff by him.
He wins in COTA. Well done. Very good drive.
GSR Hamilton is going to come off the final corner as well to take P2. He'll celebrate that one very well after last week's performances too. Super Wyman P3 on track, but Beeb might get promoted up.
Hamilton flying up the standings once again. After being on under 20 points for the first few races. Now up to 41 now. Up to 59 most likely. 58, I don't know.
I will invite
Wyman
the
got
podium
demoted.
to
Bianchi was third.
not shocking.
Davies was fifth. Alban was sixth.
Alright, Archie, make sure you include your audio. You can do that in the party by going on the first option. Alright, so that was just a dominant race, Archie. Just take me through that from your perspective, because that was just absolutely dominant.
Well, I mean, the start was pretty good. I got a good initial launch. GSR Hamilton went down my inside into turn one. I just kind of blocked him off a little bit to, cover my line. And the safety car actually worked into my hand really well. I went onto the hards, managed to do quite a long stint on them, managing my tyres quite well. And then decided to finish the race on the softs as it would be the quickest tyre. So yeah, the race win and the fastest laps, a full 26 points. I can't complain about that at all, really. And after my poor results I've been having recently, I've just shown what I can do.
Yep, you had an amazing race today. Now, did you pit onto the sauce due to any pressure from Superwoman behind, though? Because he did go on the same strategy as you.
I did actually pit because I thought I was going to get undercut. So I wanted to, be far in front to make sure he wouldn't undercut me, just to be safe. And I knew I had the pace. I knew I had the pace advantage over him, but I just wanted to be safe. I didn't want to risk it, spinning out because of my tyre temps on the hards or anything like that. So yeah, to an extent I did, but then I kind of had to. Otherwise, the end of the race would have been a real struggle.
Yep, and that'll be it for you, Archie, unless you have any questions for him, Alpe.
No, good race, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
Alright.
Okay, thanks guys.
Now on to GSR Hamilton. You had a pretty good race, and you were in the top 3 pretty much the entire day. How does it feel to have this form right now, especially after your win at Zandvoort?
It makes me very happy that I'm on this form. The final few laps, for the last 7 laps, I was 1 warning off 12 seconds of pens, which would have costed me P2, but luckily I kept it clean. And as I was crossing the line, my front left was on 88%, so I was really hoping not to get puncture, but yeah, managing to do from lap 4 to the final lap and completing the race on hards, very good time management, I think. But Monaco next week is definitely going to be a challenge. Hopefully I can continue this form, but it's definitely a boost to my confidence after the first few rounds of the season.
Yep, and with your form right now, are you feeling confident about a championship run, especially after being just that little bit off last season?
Yeah, I'm feeling confident. Yet again, championship contender, 2 seasons in a row. Davis, he didn't have the best race, but Bianchi had a good one as well. But I reckon I can take the fight to them in the championship, and it's going to give me confidence that I'm yet again another top runner in this league. But about the next few races, I'm not really confident, especially after Monaco. I'm not sure what it is after Monaco. I don't think I'll be able to continue the streak because Belgium, I'm not the best at on this game, unlike last game where I managed to get my first win here, but I'm happy with the form.
Alright, and I'm gonna have to end the stream because